Alright guys, welcome to your 17th UDK tutorial, and in this tutorial we're finally going to be applying some materials to our building. So like I said, unless you're a huge chess fan and you love this texture right here of purple and gray squares all over your building, you're probably going to want to apply a new material to make it look a little bit more pretty, I guess you could say. So let's go ahead and scroll inside here, and the very first thing I'm going to be doing is applying a new material to our floor, because this floor kind of looks like a bathroom floor, and I'm just not into that. So we have a couple different ways where we can apply materials, and I'm going to be teaching you the most common ways, probably the easiest ways. So the very first thing we need to do is, of course, open our content browser that we learned about in the last tutorial. And I'm going to go ahead, and I already was playing around with this, which is actually I want to show you guys this. Anytime you already have a couple settings punched in and you kind of want to reset everything, go ahead, and if you have something typed in here, you can go ahead and hit X and clear it out. And anytime you have a bunch of checkboxes checked like this, go ahead and hit clear. And what clear is going to do is it's going to reset everything. So now go ahead and hit X and clear, and it gives you a brand new start. Another thing, if you're not getting the results you think you should, it means you're in a package. So if you're in this package, it's only going to show objects from that package. Go ahead and just hit all assets, and that's going to bring you back up to the top. So again, like I said, anytime you want to refresh everything, just go ahead and hit all assets, X, and clear, and it's going to take you back to the start. So with that being said, let's go ahead and apply a material. So in order to apply a material, and I don't know if I talked about this in the last tutorial or not, but a lot of you guys who are just beginning using the UDK are probably going to get confused between materials and textures. Now, whenever we talk about them in everyday life, there really isn't that much of a difference, but in the UDK, here's what's going on. A texture is basically a part of a material. So whenever you're creating materials, you can use different textures to create them. So basically the material is the final product, and for that reason you can only apply materials to these surfaces. So basically don't worry about textures for now. We're going to be covering those in a tutorial much different than this one. So basically just worry about materials for right now, because those are the actual things that we can apply to the surface to make it look pretty. So go ahead and select materials, because that's what we're going to be working with in this tutorial. And I'm also going to scroll down here and select, if I can find it, building under material, because whenever we select this, we get all the materials that are really good for applying to our building. So the first way I'm going to show you of how to apply materials to your object is the easiest way. So go ahead and find any material you like. And this is the drag and drop method. Incredibly simple. In order to apply a material to a surface, just go ahead and drag it and drop it on your surface. How easy was that? So now you can see, if we fly around our building a little bit, that there's a couple spaces we missed. This doorway right here where we cut out, we want to go ahead and apply it to there. And also remember, we extruded this porch, so this is actually a different surface than this main floor. So go ahead and drag and drop your material on the porch. And now if we go ahead and close out of our content browser and fly around our building a little bit, we can see that this material is applied nicely to our house. Pretty cool, huh? So that is the basics of the drag and drop method. How you can apply a material to a surface by choosing the material and dragging it and dropping it on a surface. So now what I want to do is, you're probably saying, alright, next let's go ahead and take care of these walls right here. So a couple things we want to take note of. First of all, there's a lot of different walls, and basically whenever you're painting a house or something, you paint all your walls the same color. So what we want to do is we want to get this done in one shebang. So let's go ahead and select all our walls. We have a couple options of doing this. In order to select all our walls, we can go ahead and select a wall, hold Control, select another wall, hold Control on your keyboard, select another wall, and do this with all the walls. Or there's an even faster way of doing this. Go ahead, and when you have a wall selected, right click it, and what you want to do is select surfaces, and this allows you to select surfaces in groups. So what we want to do is select all adjacent walls, aka adjacent walls. So go ahead and hit that, and once you do, you see that all of your walls left to right light up. Again, it doesn't select the floor, it only selects the walls. So that's a nice little shortcut of how you can do that. So now we have all the walls selected. Pretty cool, huh? So now let me show you guys an alternative method of applying materials to these surfaces. Go ahead and open your content browser again, and go ahead and look for a material that you like. Let me uh, find something with a little bit of flavor. I guess that's a little bit different. So go ahead and select this material right here, and don't drag and drop it just yet. An alternative method of applying materials to these surfaces is this. Go ahead and right click anywhere in your selection and hit apply material. And once you do that, you can see that if you deselect everything, that it applied this material to all the walls, and actually it probably even applied it, yep, to the outside right there. So again, sometimes you want to select it in groups, sometimes you want to select these surfaces individually, but for the most part, those are your two main ways that you can apply materials to surfaces. So what I'm going to be doing when I pause this tutorial is that's the basics of how you apply materials to surfaces. So you don't need to sit here and watch me apply material to this and this and this and this and this. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be applying materials to each one of these surfaces, and when you come back for the next tutorial, my house is going to be covered, however I want it to be covered. So that's what I want you guys to do as your, I guess, homework assignment. Go ahead and decorate your house however you want it. It really doesn't matter what materials you choose. And when you come back, you're ready to move on to the next part of this tutorial. So thank you guys for watching. That's what you need to do, and I guess I'll see you when you're done.